So let's begin what's trending with reactions trailing INEC's declaration of Ahmadu Fintiri, winner of the March 18th governorship election in Adamawa. Fintiri, who ran on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, beat his closest rival, Senator Aisha Binani of the All Progressives Congress, by getting 430,861 votes against his rival's 398,788 votes.
Today, we are at a point where history is made. It is made because of you. It is made because you reaffirm your willingness to support the good works we have started in Adamawa State. It is made because we have reached a consensus that Adamawa State must work. It is made because we have collectively agreed that we desire a better Adamawa State that is lifted from the depths of despair to the great heights of hope.
Well, the governor, during a live television interview on Tuesday after his victory, said that he did not contest the gubernatorial election against any woman in Adamawa State, but instead contested against enemies of democracy outside of Adamawa State, adding that those against his re-election wanted a woman to become governor without considering his performance. Well, in the meantime, the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress in Adamawa, Aisha Binani Dahiru, on Tuesday denied giving the sum of 2 billion naira to procure a favorable declaration as governor-elect to some unnamed INEC staff. Binani described the report of bribery in a statement as wild allegation, unfounded, and very bizarre. She went further to reiterate that she is a committed Democrat and will never do anything to subvert the democratic process. Binani also stated that she is not a do-or-die politician and has won elections in the past into House of Representatives and the Senate in a free and fair manner. Well, on Sunday, a video showing an alleged DSS officer stating that the INEC rec, Hudu Yunisa Ari, who illegally declared Binani winner, was paid over 2 billion naira to rig the Adamawa gubernatorial election, went viral. Well, let's take some reactions. This is from Great, who wrote, well, let's imagine this lady came out and rejected the declaration by the rec, and she loses after the legal declarations. She would have been a bigger hero of democracy. But no, she blew it. This would have been a very bad start for the first female elected governor. Bullet dodged. Well, Pizarro wrote, APC wanted to use scopes of producing the first female governor to confuse Adamawa people, but unfortunately, they were smart enough to understand the fraudulent act. Everybody would have been happy if she won legitimately, but not with that APC normal fraud way. Unfortunately, I want to come to you because we're talking about Binani at this point. I mean, that first tweet, it would have been a great, great victory if she had done exactly what that Twitter user said. If she had rejected the illegal declaration, because there's no way she did not know that there were 10 local governments left to have been announced at that point. I don't know what your thoughts are with her statement really quickly so that I can.
Okay, so with regards to, I made this point earlier in terms of the fact that this would have been a proud moment for Nigeria and for women in Nigeria. You, me, and all the first elected female governor of in Nigeria. Unfortunately, it was marred to the extent that it wouldn't have been a celebration, what has been described as an electoral coup, an electoral hijacking, and shouldn't be celebrated in that way. She's gone to court to seek redress, but I think even more shameful is the fact that she is a sitting senator. So should understand the rules of engagement, should understand what is illegal and what is legal, and decry it immediately it was done. It just goes to prove, Oji, that politicians at the end of the day would want to grab power by all means, whatever it takes, and at the end of the day, they will end it with, if you're not happy with it, go to court. Absolutely, and that is the point. I mean, I really am happy that this whole thing came out properly. But you know, a lot of people are saying, well, is it really justice? I know what I want to tell our viewers what Rufai will say. So I picked his tweet. He said, justice. Kudos, INEC. Kudos, Nigeria. Kudos, judiciary, for denying a frivolous ex parte. Congrats to the winner. Congrats to democracy. I am sad for our country. The drama was unnecessary. I know that's what Rufai would say. I am sad for our country. Well, Chinedu wrote, selective justice is no true justice.
if INEC could quickly clean up the mess that transpired in Adamawa gubernatorial election. Why couldn't INEC do the same thing during the presidential and Lagos state election? Anyway, the post-election petition tribunal will take care of that. I'll come to you, Kay.
Yeah, I mean, everybody is saying the same thing except those who are particularly partisan. What has been done has been done. We had Okoye here today. He's saying very clearly INEC rules were not respected by the REC. It was not respected by those who supported the REC and what happened. So the right thing has happened, and that's the right thing. There's not much else to say other than, in my heart, I feel for Binani, and like Aya said, I wish she had just gone out and said, this is wrong. I cannot accept this, and I cannot be a party to this kind of abnormality. Absolutely. And for that reason, just let it go.
Well, Dr. Abati, wouldn't you say that it's great that she was able to clear the air, particularly with that, the whole rigging thing that went on over the weekend that they,
I think it's
the REC was paid.
She says she did not give anybody 2 billion naira, and that she's not a do-or-die politician, and that she's a Democrat. These are important statements to make. However, she raised 2 other allegations about certain INEC officers, national officers that came from Abuja. And she claims that these national officers had a nocturnal meeting with the governor, Governor Fintiri. But of course, the spokesperson for the governor has said this is not true, and that on their own side, they too did not try to influence anything. But what is important in the Adamawa case is that there must be thorough investigation on all sides. Allegations have been raised. For us to be sure fully, it's the responsibility of the police to investigate, including investigating their own commissioner of police, who has now been asked to stand down, and another person has been sent to Adamawa, and then to ensure that all the persons who played one role or the other, in the scandal of Adamawa is made to face the wrath of the law. The governor is talking about enemies who came from nowhere and all that. Well, now that he has been declared as the winner of that election, he should show maturity. He should not be going about talking about enemies, saying, I didn't contest against the woman. The APC gubernatorial candidate that went into that supplementary election against him is, of course, a woman.
Clearly a woman.
He should be talking about providing leadership and bringing everybody together. So we don't want the rhetoric of hate that shows a certain level of immaturity coming from the governor. As for Binani, well, she still has a matter in court, which has been adjourned till April 26. And I was deliberately asking Adegoke SAN whether the matter has not become academic. Because the main issue raised by His Lordship, Justice Ekwo, is about jurisdiction. And as Adegoke SAN himself pointed out, jurisdiction is a basic fundament of the law. It's an issue that can be raised at any level. But in this particular instance, can a federal high court exercise jurisdiction over election matter? The decision in AMPP versus a returning officer, Abia, which is, more or less the locus classicus in the matter, is that elections are sui generis. They are strictly statutory. And the kind of prohibitive writ that Binani's lawyer has taken to the Federal High Court, asking for certiorari, order of mandamus, prohibition. These are common law remedies that may not appear. Section 285, sub 1 of the 1999 Constitution vests exclusive jurisdiction over election matters in tribunals, election petition tribunals. So, anyway, without prejudice to what will be decided, apart from AMPP versus returning officer Abia, there is also a Friday versus governor of Ondo State. There is a Ohakim case, I think Ohakim versus Agbaso. The position there is about jurisdiction, and that's why the learned judge brought it up. But let us see what happens at the end of the day. If Binani is still not satisfied, she may well be preparing to go to the tribunal. But this is without prejudice to what will transpire at the end of the day.
Well.